What if your dog has been waiting their entire life for you to do one specific thing, and you've been doing the exact opposite every single day without even knowing it? Most owners believe they are doing everything right, providing food, shelter, and affection. But there are silent, desperate needs your dog has that almost no one talks about. When these needs go unmet, your dog doesn't react with anger. They react with distance. Their tail wags a little less, their eyes stop seeking yours, and they slowly lose faith that you will ever truly understand them. By the time most owners notice this emotional drifting, years have already passed. This isn't about expensive toys or complicated training. It's about biological gaps in the bond you think you already have. Today, we are pulling back the curtain on the world as your dog sees it. We are going to explore the invisible shifts that can either bridge that gap or widen it forever. If you've noticed your dog pulling away or simply want to deepen a connection that feels stalled, you are in the right place. Welcome to the dog loyalty community. If you're here, it's because you believe every dog deserves an owner who understands them. Let's grow closer to our best friends, one habit at a time. 6 silent needs of dog loyalty. To bridge the emotional gap and restore that fading faith, we must first look at the home through their eyes, starting with the biological requirement for a safe haven. 1. The den instinct. A space they truly own. The first silent need your dog has been waiting for is the right to retreat. When life becomes chaotic, you might see your dog wedge themselves behind a couch or crawl under a bed. The many owners misinterpret this as a problem to fix or a sign of illness, pulling them out into the open to offer comfort. However, in the world of dog loyalty, this is a breach of a fundamental biological boundary. Your dog is descended from den-dwelling ancestors. For them, a confined space isn't a luxury. It is the difference between feeling exposed and feeling safe. Research published in Applied Animal Behavior Science confirms that dogs with a consistent, enclosed resting space show significantly lower levels of cortisol, the hormone tied to chronic stress. Without a scent sanctuary, a crate with an open door or a quiet corner where they are never disturbed, every loud noise or busy afternoon becomes a storm they must weather alone. By providing a space that is genuinely theirs, you aren't just giving them a bed. You are giving them the safety required to choose presence over hiding. When they know they have a place to disappear, they finally feel secure enough to stay. 2. Physical autonomy, the power of consent. One of the most silent needs that almost every owner overlooks is the right to bodily autonomy. Be honest. When your dog is lying on the floor and you walk past, do you frequently reach down to pet them? In the world of dog loyalty, touch without consent can lead to a psychological state known as learned helplessness. Every time you force physical contact, you are inadvertently sending a message that their personal signals and boundaries do not matter. A landmark study from the University of Bristol's School of Veterinary Sciences found that dogs who were given control over their social interactions showed significantly lower anxiety levels and formed much stronger emotional bonds with their owners. Instead of being the constant initiator, wait for an invitation, a chin resting on your knee, a gentle nose nudge against your hand, or your dog actively pressing their side against your leg. When you stop reaching and start waiting, you'll find your dog approaching you more, not out of habit, but because you have become the person they feel fundamentally safe with. 3. Leveling the power dynamic. The floor protocol. To truly master dog loyalty, you must recognize that in a dog's eyes, humans are towering, overwhelming figures. Standing tall directly in front of a dog often triggers a safety calculation in their nervous system, as they instinctively scan your posture for signs of dominance or threat. This is an ancestral trait where body size and verticality are read as signals of intent. When you lower yourself to the floor, that calculation changes completely. Research in canine cognition shows that dogs approach humans in seated or crouched positions significantly faster and with much more relaxed body language than they do standing individuals. Sitting on the floor with no agenda, no commands, no grooming, no inspections, is the most direct way to communicate. I am not a threat. I am just here to be with you. This is perhaps the most powerful therapy for shy or rescue dogs. allowing them to drop their defensive guard and truly connect from the heart. 4. The olfactory library, letting them finish the sniff. One of the most frequent fractures in dog loyalty occurs on the humble walk. When you pull your dog away from a patch of grass, you are doing more than just moving them along. You are effectively closing a book mid-sentence. A dog's nose contains up to 300 million olfactory receptors, and the part of their brain dedicated to scent is 40 times larger than ours. To them, a sniff is a deep data download: who was here, how they felt, and what they ate. Research in applied animal behavior science found that dogs allowed to sniff extensively show measurably lower stress levels post-walk. Sniffing is a core mechanism for emotional regulation. When you rush them, you cut off their primary way of processing the world's chaos. To honor dog loyalty, shift your mindset from distance traveled to information gathered. Give them the time to finish the sentence, and you will bring home a dog that is mentally satisfied and neurologically at peace. 5. The architecture of routine. A rhythm they can count on. Dogs don't experience time through clocks. They experience it through patterns. While we see a 30-minute delay in dinner as a minor inconvenience, your dog sees it as a shift in the gravity of their world. A study in the Journal of Veterinary Behavior revealed that unpredictable daily routines are a more significant contributor to chronic anxiety than even prior trauma. When the map of their day holds, your dog feels safe. True dog loyalty thrives in predictability. When a dog knows exactly when to expect food, play, and rest, and their nervous system can finally move out of a state of high alert. This consistency is what allows their guard to drop, creating the psychological space for deep connection. You don't need to be robotic, but by maintaining a reliable rhythm, you become the steady anchor in their world, allowing them to love you with their whole, unburdened heart. 6. The inclusion of voice. Talking out loud. The final silent need is perhaps the most human: the need to be included. Across 15,000 years of evolution, dogs have developed a unique bilateral brain structure to parse the human voice, distinguishing both literal meaning and emotional tone. They are biologically fine-tuned to listen to us more than any other animal on Earth. When we only speak to them in commands, we treat them as pets to be managed rather than beings to be shared with. Narrating your day, talking to them about your dinner or your morning, is a powerful tool for building dog loyalty. It signals to them that they are a seen and valued member of the pack. This inclusion prevents the learned helplessness of social isolation. By simply using your voice to share your life, you are meeting a deep evolutionary craving for companionship, transforming your house from a place where they live into a home where they truly belong. By addressing the biological and sensory gaps in their lives, we begin to bridge the deeper emotional void that occurs when a dog feels unheard. The most devastating aspect of dog loyalty is that it doesn't break in an instant. It erodes in silence. When we consistently overlook these 6 silent needs by rushing their walks or invading their personal space, we are inadvertently telling our dogs that their perspective is irrelevant. This leads to a state of emotional drifting. You may notice your dog stops seeking your eyes or wags their tail with less enthusiasm. They aren't being difficult. They are simply losing faith that you will ever truly understand them. In their world, where you are the sole provider of security and love, this disconnect feels like a fundamental betrayal of the trust they've placed in you since birth. True dog loyalty is restored the moment you shift from managing a pet to including a family member. When you finally sit on the floor at their level or wait for their consent before touching, you are signaling that they are seen. This recognition is the only currency that matters in a dog's life. By honoring their evolutionary pact, you provide the emotional oxygen they need to thrive. Connection isn't something you wait for, it is something you rebuild by proving, through every quiet action, that you are the safe harbor they have been waiting for their entire lives. Once we recognize the emotional weight of being seen, we must understand that our physical presence acts as the primary mirror for our dog's internal world. In the profound chemistry of dog loyalty, you serve as your dog's emotional thermostat. Through a biological process called co-regulation. Your dog's nervous system physically synchronizes with your own. If you move through your home with a towering, frantic energy, your dog is biologically forced to mirror that state of high alert. However, when you intentionally apply the floor protocol or maintain a steady, predictable rhythm, you provide a template of calm. Your stability becomes the neurological medicine they need to feel safe. By regulating your own energy, you are literally calming your dog's heart rate and lowering their stress. A dog who is labeled as anxious or reactive is often just a dog looking for a clearer, steadier mirror. When we provide a consistent environment and respect their physical autonomy, we allow dog loyalty to transform from a state of insecure attachment into one of secure devotion. Your dog doesn't need a master who dominates, they need a harbor that understands. By shifting your own habits, slowing down on walks and waiting for consent, you change the reflection they cast back at you. Every intentional moment is a signal that their world is manageable, allowing them to finally relax into the best version of themselves because they trust the anchor holding them. As we align our energy and become that steady mirror, we realize that the greatest gift we can give is not just care, but true recognition of their silent language. Mastering dog loyalty is not about achieving perfection. It is about achieving presence. Every silent need we have explored, from the sanctity of the den to the importance of a finished sniff, is a thread in the fabric of a much larger relationship. When you choose to sit on the floor, wait for consent, and talk to your dog as a true companion, you're doing more than just improving their behavior. You are fulfilling a biological promise that has existed for thousands of years. You are finally giving them the person they have been waiting for. An owner who doesn't just love them, but truly understands them. By honoring these needs, the distance disappears and the faith they once lost is replaced by a bond that is deeper and more resilient than ever before. Your dog's world is exactly as large and as safe as you choose to make it. By changing your routine today, you are changing their entire reality for a lifetime. Your dog deserves to be understood. If this helps you see them in a different light, please like, share, and subscribe to the Dog Loyalty channel. Join a community of owners who truly understand their dog's language. Let's bond more with our best friends, one routine at a time.